Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of our playthrough as Germany with only battleships, trying to play through this campaign on Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. If you didn't see the first episode, there's a link in the description that will take you back to the beginning. We'll see how far we get on this today, and then tomorrow we'll be back with some more Grand Tactician, the Civil War. So we do have a naval invasion that has begun in southern Finland. Meanwhile, the Russians are attacking into Poland from the east. So we'll see how all that plays out and what it means for us moving forward. Let's go ahead and hit the next turn. We are in March now of 1894. We do have new ships on the way, 10 new battleships. We've got an active fleet of 29 ships at the moment. Battleship 3, is that hull now available, or is there something else we're going to need to do? There we go. Relations improved with the U.S. That's huge. Lebanon has defeated remnants of the Ottoman Empire. Ottomans are just getting their butt kicked everywhere right now. I want to look at the design real quick and see if we are accessing Battleship 3 yet. I think there may be some more things we need to do before we can unlock that. No, we do have Battleship 3. Oh, that's fantastic news. So we'll very soon, I think, design these new battleships. We're getting away from the Battleship 1. Battleship 3 can go all the way up to 17,000 tons. So that's huge, and that's going to be a game changer for us. So I'm going to wait a little bit because we've got some new things coming down the pike, like new riveting techniques for hull construction, which is going to reduce construction time, flaws, and weight. We also have some nice changes coming with anti-flooding 1 on the way. So we're going to wait on a few of these things before we start building these bigger battleships. Plus, I expect we're probably going to see a important naval battle or two coming here very soon. But we'll see. We're still waiting on that naval invasion. I don't know if there's anything I have to do, like on the mission itself. Heavy cruiser, we're not doing. There's anti-flooding 1. Russians are losing a lot of transports, which is pretty important. All right, we got 2 more months on the naval invasion right now, and I think he would probably have to intervene in order to stop it. All right, let's go back to research. Turn off internals protection. We're still working on submarine experiments. I really want to get ahead on that technology if at all possible. Double bottom is on the way. We could actually get that within 6 months, so maybe I'll wait for that too. There's always going to be something I want to wait for, though. All right, we have $1 billion now in naval funds, so I'm going to add another 6,000 tons to our shipyard. 124 million. It'll take 2 years to do that, but our shipbuilding capacity is continuing to be maxed out. So where are we at on our shipbuilding at the moment? We're 9 months away from the next batch of ships that are coming. We're about to complete this naval invasion. We probably should start thinking about another naval invasion as quickly as we can. Maybe we'll go like right here if we can. Maybe not. Maybe we have to wait until this one's done. But we're just going to keep pouring as much money as humanly possible into everything. Okay, this one might get interesting because we've got 4 battleships going up against a pretty substantial fleet here. We may have our work cut out for us on this one. If it was just the battleships, that would be one thing. But he's also got a heavy cruiser, 4 light cruisers, and 6 torpedo boats. That might be a tough one for us. Okay, here we go. 16 ships against 4, some of which are going to have a lot of speed. So we're going to start getting ready now, and we'll just probably have to focus on whatever's closest. As long as I can keep their torpedoes away from me, I think we'll be okay. That's the main thing I'm worried about, are his torpedoes. No sight of him yet. Okay, here we go. The very first shot he fired got partial penetration and caused a fire that is now spreading on the Brandenburg. But hopefully we can get a good concentration of fire on this guy and do some damage before we have to face his whole fleet. It looks like we're getting a battleship first, right off the bat up front here. I've got so much money though that I'm not real concerned about losing battleships. I'm gonna have to start building a lot more of them though. Like I said, I'm mainly concerned about the torpedoes that he could potentially get on me. So far, we're not landing any hits. I'd be curious to see exactly what kind of weaponry these things have. We're so close. I really can't believe we're not landing hits. It's a little disappointing, actually. We can see a good bit of his fleet now. Alright, there's a hit on the second ship. From a 5-inch gun, 182 damage. That's pretty nice. So it looks like my secondaries. All right, we got a good one on the Africa now. That's his heavy cruiser in the lead. I'm gonna start turning away, and we'll try to circle around. I don't want to let him get too close. Scharnhorst right here. He's not quite in torpedo range, but he's turning in that direction to where I think he probably will end up in torpedo range at some point for some of these ships. Come on, boys. Let's get some hits. Man, brutally poor aim right now. They're all behind smoke, too. That's not helping. Africa's taking a lot of flooding damage, though. If we could get some penetration up front, we might be able to sink her. Man. 433 damage from a 4.3-inch shell on the Scharnhorst. Ugh. All depends on where it hits, because then you have a larger shell, a 5.5-inch, only causes 9 damage. Alright, he's starting to land a lot of hits now. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about this. Alright, Aegir ought to be able to get a torpedo in the water, if they haven't already. Okay. He's got a torpedo in the water, which Aegir should be turning to avoid, but they don't appear to be. They've got torpedo avoidance turned on, but it's not really working. They're gonna get nailed. I probably should have taken manual control. There it is. Ugh, this is brutal. Oh, there's a flash fire on the Aegir. We're gonna lose her. That's the rear turret gone. Wow, there it goes flying. You have to appreciate the aesthetics, even if it's really painful to watch happen to your own ship. Man. Alright, Mark Groff, how come you're not getting torpedoes in the water here? Should be. There we go, that's a nice hit. Africa should be toast. He's getting closer now, and this is where it becomes a problem. There goes Africa. A flash fire on a ship that's already sinking. Now Mark Groff's getting torn up. There we go. Was that a torpedo? Yep. There was a torpedo that hit the battleship. His light cruiser's down. So there's a lot of hits happening right now on my ships, but we're actually doing okay. Except for the Aguirre, of course. Alright, I'm going to start aiming for the Varna now. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start detaching all these ships so I can control them individually and maybe start having them target different vessels depending on where they are. Like, I would really like Aguirre targeting that battleship. I'd like Mark Groff going after that light cruiser. Aguirre's really not going anywhere, but... And then Scharnhorst, let's get them going after this battleship. It's going to take a lot of kind of bouncing around from one ship to the other this way. We've taken out a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser. Oh, Mark Groff. They're too close right now is the problem. Alright, so I'm going to get his light guns, his secondaries going after the Askold, but everything else going after the Apostle Peter. Oh. Man, there's so much happening at once here. Just missed. Oh no, that's him firing. Okay. They're going to finish off the Aguirre, who can't maneuver to get out of the way of that torpedo, and it's going to hit, I think, right in the perfect spot to cause the flooding damage that's going to sink her. Yep. Come on, Aguirre, take somebody with you. So many hits being landed. I want to just pause for a second and take a look at the situation. So Varna is taking some damage. I'd love to see Aguirre try and land something on that battleship that is super close. See if Brandenburg can deal with that one. Let's go over to Scharnhorst, who's a little further out, and see where we're targeting right now. Yeah, I want to go after the Apostle Peter with both of those ships, and then we'll use the secondary here. Is that a torpedo just barely going to miss us? Looks like it. All these 3.4 inch shells now landing. Oh, we got a hit on with a torpedo. Who did it hit? Man, there's just so much happening right now. Aguirre's torpedoes have been destroyed now. Okay. Just can't land anything with them right now. Need to take out a couple of these battleships. We also have to worry about the number of shells we have available to us. Varna's taking some good damage. Got some fires going. Tell you what, Aguirre, considering they're at point blank range from 4 battleships, they're doing all right for themselves. There's torpedo detonation. They're done. All right, we lost a battleship. Not entirely surprising, but still disappointing. Alright, we need Mark Groff to start coming this way. Alright, Brandenburg. Come on, baby. I want to finish the Varna and then turn our attention to this second one. There's a nice hit. It's an overpen, but I think it'll do the trick. We're just not getting enough flooding on them right now. I'm going to try to stay kind of up at a higher view here for a little bit. I know it's not as aesthetically pleasing for you, the viewer, but it gives me a better chance to see what's going on. Make sure I have torpedo avoidance on all three. I do. There's another overpen. I've got 3 battleships closing on Brandenburg right now. Alright. Let's get Scharnhorst firing on Varna. We need to try and even the odds here a little bit. Alright, and torpedo-wise, torpedoes are shift right-click, so I'm going to try to fire a torpedo if we can here. Alright, torpedo in the water. Alright, I'm going to switch the Brandenburg to firing on the closer ships now. Varna's about to be toast. Oh yeah, they got more flooding. We got them. They're going down. Come on, Varna. Yep, their pumps couldn't keep up with it. There we go. We got a battleship now. Here's the thing. This is 4 battleships. Worst case scenario, I lose all 4 of these battleships, but I take a good chunk of his fleet with me, and I'll still take those odds. Because I've got a lot more battleships. And Brandenburg's got a steering issue now. Oh boy. And here's a torpedo on the way. So what we need to do now, let me pause real quick, because what we need to do now is we need to very quickly try and turn the other way, but I don't know that we can do that in time. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. We also probably should have slowed down. I should have done that sooner. Try and let it sneak past me. Oh, it's going to be close. If I would have slowed down right away, I think I'd have been okay. I still might be. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Okay. So we avoided that. So the problem is now I need to switch Scharnhorst onto this other ship because otherwise we're potentially firing on our own ship. Oh man, he is like right there. We got a torpedo flying right at him though. I think it might miss him. Yeah. Just barely missed. Mark Groff's taking some damage. I should have put a torpedo on him while I had the chance. Might be able to fire one from my rear, though, right as he gets in behind me. Come on, put one on him. Fire it right now. Oh boy, they're so close. Put a torpedo in the water. He's right there. Ugh, why did we not fire a torpedo there? Dang, Scharnhorst is taking a beating. There's a torpedo hit. Didn't do a lot of damage, though. Probably because of where it hit him. I don't see most of his smaller ships. It's kind of degenerated into a battleship duel. We're about to take out a second one of his. Just waiting on a little bit more flooding to catch up on him there. There he goes. Boom, there's two. Yeah, we're gonna lose this fleet, but we're gonna try and take as many of his with him as we can. Alright, so I'm going to try to reattach now. There's a nice hit. And we'll speed things up. We got everybody firing on the same one now. I'm hoping we can... There we go. Massive explosion. So that's 3 battleships we've taken out now. A heavy cruiser and a light cruiser as well. Here come a torpedo boat and a light cruiser headed in my direction. The Apostle Peter's taken a decent amount of damage, so has the Sinop. Alright. Things are looking up here a little bit. Start getting our secondaries firing on these ships making a torpedo run on me. Alright, Mark Graf is in a bit of a mess. Oh, they got a torpedo hit on the Apostle Peter. Excellent, because they've got 2 battleships right on them here. And now a torpedo boat closing in. A little concerned about that. But they got the Apostle Peter. Beautiful. There's another battleship down. Alright, we gotta watch these torpedo boats now as they come in. I'm gonna put everything the Brandenburg has on this light cruiser. Same with Scharnhorst. And now Mark Graf. Oh boy. He's gonna get a torpedo run on Mark Graf, I'm afraid. Here it comes. Alright, let's see the angle the torpedo's at. Alright, first things first, we're gonna detach. We're gonna slow down. And we're gonna cut this thing as hard to the right as we can. Not sure it's gonna be enough though. Slow down, baby, slow down. Oh, I think it might work actually. Beautiful. Alright, now we'll reattach. Gotta take that thing out. Bunch more torpedo boats coming now. Come on, Mark Graf. We're listing pretty heavily. It's going to make it hard to hit anybody. However, there is a torpedo heading for his torpedo boat. I think he's going to probably go down. That's a sinking. That should be a sinking. Beautiful. Torpedo boat torpedoed by a battleship. Love it. Is that enough to sink it, though? I think it should be if it does it right. Alright, Scharnhorst. This guy's going to get a torpedo in the water on us too, I'm afraid. Oh, why is our torpedo avoidance off? Brandenburg just took a big hit. Come on, Scharnhorst, nail this guy. We just caused a 2,000 damage to that torpedo boat with our 10-inch guns. A bit overkill, but... Alright, come on. Our front gun's out of commission, it looks like. Yeah, it is. That's part of the problem. How about torpedoes? Can we put a torpedo on this guy? He's going to ram into us. Jeez. Damage going both ways from the ramming. Alright, we got problems for the Brandenburg now because they got a bunch of torpedo boats coming their way. This is the problem, is now we're going to start dealing with all the little ships. Mark Graf just put a torpedo in the water on this one. This is where I'd like to be able to get out of here, but I'm afraid I don't have the speed to be able to outrun these guys. I think we're slow enough that we'll avoid that torpedo. Another torpedo boat about to be taken out, though. Oh yeah, that should do it. What's he got left? We've got the one battleship there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 torpedo boats at least. Another light cruiser. Can we get out of here with any of these ships intact? It's possible. That's not going to help, though. Not sure Brandenburg's going to avoid that one. We can try to slow down, though. I think we will be okay. Beautiful. So far, we're doing a fairly decent job against pretty overwhelming numbers. And this is on hard difficulty, too. This is not... We're not on normal difficulty. We're a little bit harder than that. That light cruiser's about to be toast. Yep. Another light cruiser down. We've got a torpedo boat coming right up behind us. They're going to come right alongside and put a torpedo into us at point blank range, I'm afraid. Hit him! He's going to ram into me with a torpedo boat. He is. Come on, Brandenburg, put some shots on this guy. Oh, we got to be careful here with Mark Graf firing on the Brandenburg. Not sure that's a good idea at the moment. They're firing on the Nargen, which is right next to the Brandenburg. Nargen just got lit up by a 12-inch shell. Alright. I think we're in decent shape. We're going to have some damage, obviously, that's going to have to be repaired. But otherwise, I think we're going to survive this thing. We got one more battleship to deal with. And a couple more torpedo boats. Now there's something else back there. It might be another battleship. Alright, so Brandenburg, I think, is going to probably take a hit here from this torpedo boat, which she is just lit up with a 12-inch shell. Oh, it was a dud. Oh, beautiful. He finally had one on me, and it was a dud. A lot of dud torpedoes at this time in history. Shouldn't be surprised by that. So we've still got this one battleship we haven't been able to deal with. We got another ship off in the distance somewhere. And then these torpedo boats. We're going to put our secondaries on these guys. And our mains on the battleship. Oh, he's out of torpedoes. Beautiful. This one's not. Alright, we just avoided a torpedo from the Sinop and landed one on the Sinop. We also landed some nice fire on the back. He's in rough shape. I think he's probably done for. I guess you would say. So that'll be another battleship down. Somehow these torpedo boats are surviving a lot of major hits. Alright, and I think that is our last battleship. Not sure if he's got another one. That was the last one. There's 2 light cruisers and 3 torpedo boats left, it appears. I think we're going to win this thing. I think we're going to take this fleet out at the loss of 1 battleship, which would be amazing. There's something you haven't really seen much on this game. One of his torpedo boats is getting a low fuel warning. I'm trying to take this other one out here. He keeps landing a bunch of 1.8-inch shells on me. And they're actually doing a little bit of damage and killing some crew members. We're trying to circle and finish these guys off. I'm going to try to put everything on this first one while we've got him in our sights. All about half damage on all 3 of my battleships, but the maiden threat is gone now. He's got, is that 1 torpedo left? There's a 12-inch hit. That one's on low fuel now too. Alright, Scharnhorst, come on baby. Let's put some hits on this guy. Both the Scharnhorst main guns are out. And actually we don't really have any guns from the Scharnhorst that can fire on this guy. That's a bit of the problem. Alright, there's that one down, but he did get a torpedo in the water. And it did hit Markgraf, so that's going to hurt. Alright, we got 2 more light cruisers here to deal with. Hopefully we can do that effectively. I'm a little concerned right now. I don't think Scharnhorst can fire anything. Now they put a torpedo in the water, which is going to miss badly. There we go. We just landed a torpedo hit on the Askold, and that might be enough to sink it. If we can see this flooding spread, and it looks like it's going to, unless his pumps can stay on top of it. Alright, Brandenburg. Let's take this guy out. Oh, we lost the Markgraf. Darn it. No. What happened? It was a torpedo from the light cruiser. Didn't even see it. And the Scharnhorst can't fire. There, we took out the Askold. Now we got to take out the Ryan. Dud torpedo. Darn it. We hit him, but it was a dud. I guess it works both ways. Man. So I said at the beginning that I would be happy with trading fleet for fleet here. And that may yet happen because I think we're about to lose to Brandenburg. It's amazing to me. We took out his battleships, and it's his light cruisers that are going to take my battleships out. Scharnhorst has no defense. They've got torpedoes, and that's it. My goodness, there's a couple of light cruisers come in, and they're the things that do in my last 3 battleships. Wow. I went ahead and hit leave battle. Figured I'd take my chances with the last battleship, and it worked out okay. So we sank. We lost 3 battleships, but we sank 14 ships. 5 battleships, a heavy cruiser, 3 light cruisers, and 5 of the 6 torpedo boats. I will take that every single time. So where does that leave us now? So we took out 5 Russian battleships. We lost 3, but our whole fleet's battleships. So we're gonna lose battleships, especially in those battles with some of those smaller ships, until I can start getting a huge arsenal of secondaries, which is probably something I need to do. The Russians want a peace treaty. No. Now at some point that may come back to hurt us, but look at that, 20,000 victory points. So we did save some of the crew. We have gained control of southern Finland. Awesome. So there's some new ports for us. Very cool. All right, let's go for another naval invasion, shall we? Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Central Russia. Let's do it. Central Russia, baby. What else can we do in the meantime? I'm very concerned about relations with the British Empire at the moment. So we can't do anything at the same time we're doing the naval invasion. So that has me a little worried. I don't think we're ready to be taking on the British. But look at these Russian ships that are out here. 5 battleships there, 3 there, 1 light cruiser there. So we're probably going to have to take something out. We don't really have much. All right, we got 7 battleships here. So let's move them. Oh, it's not going to let me move them, are they? Okay, I guess we can't do that. Russian Empire is accusing our country of war crimes. The Prime Minister is asking for your opinion on how to react. We got the money. We can spend it to say, not happening. Oh, yeah, Scharnhorst is already in bad shape. We got to try and withdraw. We're going to lose the Scharnhorst, I'm afraid. I was just sending Scharnhorst in to try and get repaired. She's in bad shape. We're going to just auto-resolve. We're probably going to lose the Scharnhorst. Damage medium, actually. All right. It worked out okay. Russian Empire is losing a bunch more. We've launched our naval invasion against Central Russia. We initiated a major offensive from southern Finland against the Russian Empire. Awesome. So that's what's happening here. Now that we control this territory, we have actually launched an invasion. We've also got the naval invasion happening here. This is major stuff happening right now. He's trying to send fleets out. We've got 3 battleships here. We've got the Scharnhorst we've put in. Oh, she's actually been repaired, it looks like. Just out of curiosity, I'm looking at where we are financially and how we stack up against other nations at this point in the game. We've got a long way to go. I mean, we've got decades to go, but GDP's at 18.5 billion. How's that stack up? It's better in Spain, better in Austria-Hungary, better than China, better than Italy, better than Japan. A lot less than France, about the same as Russia, a lot less than the British and the U.S. So we're 4th, right around the same as Russia. Total tonnage, the Brits have 500,000 tons of shipping. or of ships. We've got 300,000. So really, in terms of total tonnage, we are third behind British and the Russians, and the Russians aren't going to be there by the time we're all done with it. So things have gotten a little better with the British. We're going to try to improve relations even more. What's our growth at right now? Our growth is only plus 2.7%, whereas the British have growth of 11% right now. Oil production, we're producing a decent amount of oil. Spain has no oil production. Some of these other nations, very little. The Italians and the Chinese have a lot, but we do need to start building some new ships, though. All right, we have pushed back the Russian offensive in Prussia. Army losses for the Russian Empire, 114,000, only 23,000 lost for the Germans. Oh my gosh, in Poland, 500,000 casualties for the Russians, only 60,000 for us. Russian Empire initiates a major offensive from Lithuania against Prussia. We failed in our attempt to improve relationship with the Germans, or with the British. So he's going to hit us here in Prussia now. He's still launching an attack down toward, I guess this would be, well, it's kind of Ukraine now there. It's an area kind of in between. Our naval invasion's still going on. He's attacking from northern Finland just as we are attacking over into Russia. Research-wise, let's go ahead. I think now's the time. How long's left on these ones? We've got 5 months left on these ships. I think we're going to wait until those ones are done to build the new ones. Russians are asking again for a peace treaty. I feel like we can still gain more, though. Ballistite has been researched. Koreans keep buying things from us. The Russians lost another 300,000 men attacking Poland. Japan's provoking us. We have initiated a major offensive from Poland at Ukraine. The Ottomans have regained full control of the Central Balkans. Man, there's so much happening right now. All right, so we've got some battle options here. A battleship against 3 heavy cruisers and a light cruiser. Pretty even tonnage. We've got a task force here. That would be a 3-on-3 duel. Let's do that one. Let's go after these battleships, and we'll wrap this episode up with this fight. We've made contact, and we're going to have a regular old 3-on-3 battleship duel. We'll see how we do on this. I don't know what the technology is on these particular ships. They've got the 12-inch guns. Or at least the first one does. We've got a mix. The Kaiser Wilhelm II and the Sachsen are the 10-inch gun variety. Can't wait until I can get some torpedoes that have a longer range than less than 1 kilometer. I'm actually going to try to turn in and close on him so we can get some torpedoes on him. There we go. Nice hits to start. A couple of big ones. We did lose 17 crew on a big hit from a 3-inch gun. And there's a 12-inch hit as well for him. But we're off to a good start in terms of the flooding that we've caused. I'd like to very quickly take out one of his ships if we can. Ooh. Of course, the Grosser Kurfürst is having the same problem that he's having with his lead ship, and that's that you've got 3 ships firing on one. I didn't mean to do that. I actually want these guys firing on him. Alright, time out, time out, time out. I got a torpedo in the water. Let's slow down and turn. I think we should be good to avoid them. Oh, taking some massive hits, though. So if we do control and space, that'll return to auto-targeting, which is probably what we want for all these ships. Man, how are we doing here? Our lead ship's definitely taking it right now. The tricky part here, and this is something I think I'm learning, is that those secondaries are doing a lot of damage. I mean, each one doesn't do a lot, but it cumulatively, his secondaries do a lot of damage. You can see those 3-inch shells causing a lot of damage, and every so often they get lucky with those too. So I've really got to think about in my next battleship build, not only for dealing with his battleships, but also for dealing with his secondary ships. I've really got to start allocating for more secondaries on these ships. Saxon lost their torpedoes, so we're kind of dead in the water as far as being able to put torpedoes on anybody. We're basically now in kind of a holding pattern where everybody's just kind of sitting here having taken damage, and we're going to see who blows up first. He's got a torpedo in the water at point blank range. There's nothing I can do about that. And I was hoping it'd be a dud. It was not. Come on, Saxon. Get some hits on this guy. Not sure I want Kaiser Wilhelm firing on him, though. Alright, let's detach. He's underwater quite a bit there. Really can't do anything with his big guns on me right now. Oh, Saxon. Here's the problem. If I fire a torpedo and miss, I'm definitely going to hit my own ship here. Maybe they'll wait until he's behind me to fire it. There goes the Saxon. Never mind. Don't need to worry about it now. Oh, yeah, he is just... It's death by 1,000 cuts, man. Those 3-inch shells. That's definitely something we're going to have to add. We got hit by a dud torpedo. We're going to have to start adding some of those small guns because they are making a difference. For sure. Come on, let's put a torpedo on this guy. He's at the perfect spot right now to hit him. There it is. Come on. Yeah, we got him. That's a hit, but not going to be nearly enough. Man. Yeah, look at those hits from the secondaries. So many. We're about to lose a second battleship. Yeah, we definitely need to go back to the drawing board on our designs. But I expected that. And we need to... Technology is going to help. Another decade or so, and the technology advances are going to really start helping. Because we all started at the same place, pretty much. So early on, we're not going to have big technological advances on the enemy. And so the numbers are going to matter more. Alright, let's get out of here. Kaiser Wilhelm. And we might need to sue for peace and then just kind of settle down for a while until technology catches up for us. Okay, so not the best start for us. We did manage to end up sinking the one ship. So it's good victory points for him. But in the long run, we still have a pretty substantial advantage. We've got 25 battleships. Let's go ahead and wrap this up by going ahead and doing a new design. I knew I said I was gonna wait, but I feel like while it's fresh on my mind, because I might forget by the time we do another episode, I want to get something new going here. We've got 17,000 tons to work with now. The main problem, of course, is going to be we're not going to be able to do everything we want. Let's look at casemate guns. We can go up to 6 inches on the casemate guns, and we can get a lot of those. I like the idea of a lot of 6-inch guns. Main gun wise, I want to go with accuracy here. 29%, 28, 20. So 12-inch has pretty good accuracy. I think we'll do singles. We can't do 13s on this hull design, at least not yet. We'll do standard funnels. I think we can get 3 of them on here. I don't think we can do more than that. Decent engine efficiency at that speed. We really don't need a lot of range on these because we're going to keep them pretty close to home. Let's get the quarters up. Let's get the triple expansion steam engine. Anti-flood 1, Citadel 1. We can do double hull bottom now, which will be huge for preventing flooding. I want to get a standard ratio on the shells still. We can do ballastite propellant now. Gun cotton. Enhanced. Coincidence rangefinder. I don't know. I think I'm relying too much on the torpedoes. But let's at least... We're still going to do it just because... major 4-weight offset we're going to have to deal with. Pretty content to just leave the speed where it is. I would like to go to nickel steel armor because it's a lot stronger, but it's also going to be too heavy. Yeah, see? That's our problem there, and we don't have barbettes either. So we could drop the speed, and maybe the bulkheads. Yeah, the bulkheads would help because we have the double hull bottom now. Maybe drop a little speed. Make this thing more of a tank. But we're still a little bit heavy. I'm not quite sure where we want to go with this. Maybe the main belt. We drop a little of the main belt. We add a little aft belt to get that 4-weight offset in a better range. Our pitch is not great though. And that's going to hurt our accuracy. But I'm not sure if there's a lot I can do about that. Alright, I think we'll go with that. I would like, I think, more secondaries than that, but it's a decent amount of 6-inch guns. Maybe we can throw some 3s on there, because those 3s, double barrel 3s, we're going to have to drop some weight, obviously. But I like the idea of throwing a ton of those on there. It actually didn't add that much to the weight. We could drop range a little more. I still feel like 8,000 kilometers is more than enough for what we're doing. And then I think we'll add a little bit more to the aft belt to try and... Yeah, we want to add more to the aft belt to try and balance that out a little bit. All right. I don't know. I want to change this name to something so I know what it is. That I know these are my gun platforms. We already have a Bismarck class. We have a Kaiser Wilhelm the Great. We have an Odin class already. We're going to call this the Deutschland class. I think we'll go with that, if I can remember how to spell it right. I think that's right. Deutschland class. Let's do it. Save that design. We're going to start queuing those bad boys up. That's our next generation of battleships that we will use. Not in this war, but certainly in the next war. You can see they're quite a bit more expensive and quite a bit bigger than our other ships that we've had. So we're going to start queuing up 10 of those. It's going to take 29 months to get them. And I think we're going to... Yeah, we'll just let them kind of deploy wherever. They're not going to have the range to go out to the Pacific. These are going to have 1,100 men on them as well. And I think once we get those, we'll probably start phasing out some of our 1890 battleships. Well, they're only 4 years old. We might hang on to them as older ships just to help out. We can afford it. All right, we're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. Long way to go. This is going to be a very long series because we're going to be playing another 45 years plus in this game still. So interested to see where it all goes. Thanks for watching.